Morning, hope you're all okay. I'm so excited because today I'm going to show you some Christmas crafts that you can do at home. Now, you will need paint, but don't worry if you haven't got any because I do have other ideas as well. But for the first few activities, paint will be included. Now, you don't really need a paintbrush. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Painting without a paintbrush. Well, you will need one of these. A potato masher, you'll need one. And you'll need one of these, a fork, yep. And you will need some of these, potatoes. Right, so for the first activity, I'm going to show you how to use a potato masher to make the perfect snowman picture. So you will need some paper. Now, because snowmen are white, it would be good if you had a different coloured piece of paper. But if you haven't got any other colour, that's fine. Use a white paper and you can make some really funky coloured snowmen. They could be yellow, orange, they could be purple, pink, they could be anything you want because this is your picture. So I'm going to start with my piece of paper and I have put some white paint into a little throwaway tub. Okay, so let me move my camera down. And now you can see what I'm doing. So all you have to do is squirt some paint into your tub and then use your potato masher to squirt, squirt, squirt. Make sure it's all covered and then carefully give it a little wiggle in case there's anything extra on it and then carefully put it down onto your paper. Now you might need to give it a bit of a wiggle. You might need to push it down in the middle to make sure it's all gone down. Push, 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 push. Hand on the paper and voila! There is the snowman's head. Same again, squish, 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 squish. Give it a little jiggle and then place it on the bottom for his body. Push, 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 and up. Ta-da! Now, I obviously didn't push very hard on my bottom bit, did I? Because I haven't got all of my lines in. So once you've got the perfect snowman's body, you can let it dry and then you can add all the extra bits on top of it. You could add, hello again, you could add a hat, you could add a scarf, you could add a big carroty nose. It's up to you. I will show you at the end what I've done with my snowman to see how I finished it off. But that's one activity and it's really good fun. Just make sure you don't go really fast, otherwise the paint will go everywhere. So that's craft number one. Craft number two, I'm going to use some purple paper this time, but it doesn't matter what colour you use. And I'm going to use my fork. And I need some green paint this time because we're going to make a Christmas tree. How exciting. So, ready to go down again? So, you need to get your fork and you need to push it into the paint backwards and forwards to make sure it's all covered. And then you can put it on your paper. Wow, look at that. And same this side. Wow, I've made a bit of a V, haven't I, for the top of the Christmas tree. So you need to make sure that it keeps going wider. And I'm going to swap hands, see if I can do it with my other hand. Oh, that's trickier. See if I can get it wider and wider to look like a Christmas tree. Now, because I'm normally right-handed, when I use my left hand, I have to really think. That didn't go out wide enough, did it? There we go. Left hand. Yeah. And then in the middle, you can fill in the gaps. Wow, look at our Christmas tree. How fabulous does that look? And again, once it's dry, you can add the trunk, you could add a star, and you could add some different baubles. Now, you could do that any way you want. You could use more paint and use your finger, dip it in and poke it on for some baubles. Or if you've got some stickers, you could use that. You could use a bit of glitter. If you've got glitter, you could use anything you want to make your Christmas tree look really fancy and special. Now, another tip, shall we? So let's have a look. I might go for some icy blue paper this time. Here we go. And I'm going to use my potatoes. I am. So on my potatoes, I had to cut my potato in half. So adults, obviously, potatoes are quite tricky to cut, aren't they? But if you're with your child, they can have a go at doing it themselves. You've just got to make sure they use the bridge hold. So they hold it like this. So then the knife goes in the middle and it goes down. That way they can't cut their fingers. But I would definitely say maybe the adults do it this time, or make sure you're really watching your child because they're quite tricky to cut. Right, what colour? Now I'm going to do some baubles this time, some big baubles. So I think I might go for a bit of a blue. I'm going to squirt that onto my top. Ooh. And I think I'm also might do some, I like yellow. Yellow is my favourite colour. So I'm going to do some yellow as well. So now I've got them on there. I'm going to wiggle it down again. So I've got my blue and my yellow just on my board here. And all I'm going to do is get my potato and I'm going to dab it on it. Dab, 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 dab. Make sure it's all covered. You can squiggle it around in circles. Give it a tap and then hold your paper still and plop. Wow, might have to push a bit harder to make sure it all goes on. Ah, that's better. Now I don't have to keep putting it in the paint. I can just keep going until I haven't got any more paint left. And then I could use my yellow, squidgle, 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 round and round and round. Yep, check. Hold my paper still, push down. Wow. Oh, fantastic. Now, the best thing about paint is that we can mix them together to make different colours. So I've got blue and yellow here, but if I mix them together, let's see what I make. Ooh, I've made a green. That's exciting. So now, push, I can make green baubles as well. Ah, fantastic. So once they're dry, we can add little hooks to them. And if you want to, you can draw little designs on top too, if you want to make them a little bit more special. Or here's something else that I've had a little go at. Ooh, I'm just going to bring you back up for a second. So this bit I had to do myself. After I cut my potato in half, I then had a go at cutting little lines out of my potato. Let's see what happens. Let me get some more paper. I might go for some orange this time. Ta-da! Right, let me bring you back down. I'm going to keep with my green paint because I've still got lots left and I don't want to waste any paint. So let's try it. Squidgle it around just like normal. Can you see the paint has only gone on the top bits? So it's left me my line still. So when I hold my paper and push down hard, hopefully, yeah, look, it's left my lines. So I've already got a pattern on my bauble. Let's try again. Ta-da! Wow, don't they look fantastic? Now, if you want to get really creative, then you can cut zigzags into your potatoes. You could cut little circles into your potatoes. You could do any design you want, as long as an adult is helping you, because that bit's very tricky. So they're my painty bits. Now, if you haven't got paint, don't worry, because I have another idea for you. For your second activity, you will need some paper, a pen, and some scissors. Now, if you haven't got a lot of paper at home, don't worry. I'm going to be using a Christmas magazine that I picked up free from the shops a few weeks ago. Now, it doesn't really matter what you use. You could use newspaper, you could use anything you wanted at all. And we're going to have a go at making a handprint wreath. Okay, so let me bring you down. So I'm going to open up my page and I'm going to use my hand. Now, my wreath's not going to look as good as yours because I've got really big hands. Your wreath at home will look much nicer as you have lovely small hands. So you need to use your pen and you need to draw around your hand as carefully as you can to make sure you keep the shape. Perfect. Can you see my handprint on there? Yeah. Now, it's really handy if you do it in a book because you can cut a few pages at a time. It saves you having to draw around your hand lots and lots of times. So if I have a go, I'm going to have a quickly cut. So with careful and accurate cutting, which I know is really tricky, which is part of the reason we're doing this activity, to get those scissor skills better, I've managed to cut out a handprint. Can you see? But not just one handprint, because I did lots of pages together. I've managed to get quite a few handprints. Wow! So let me bring you back down again. So once you've got your handprints, you can start arranging them. Ooh, if I can get them all off. Round into a lovely circle to make your wreath. Now, I think it looks quite funky being in a magazine print because it means it's got all of my Christmas recipes in as well. So just keep layering up, and you'll have to stick them on top of each other so it creates a lovely handprint wreath. So once they're all stuck down together, you can add a little tag at the top so it can hang, and ta-da! Your Christmas wreath is done. If you haven't got the things you need for these activities, in a minute I'll put up a few photos of some more ideas you might want to do at home. I hope you have a truly crafty, Christmassy day today at home, and thank you very much for joining me. Please don't forget to send in your photos because I love seeing all of your artwork. Have fun, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.